Hi and welcome to Red. I'm Alex and today I'm going to be looking at our Pro Change Evo. Now if you're looking at getting outside and need a changing solution or something just to wrap up warm with and really get out there, then our Pro Change Evo is a great solution. And I'm going to talk you through how to choose the appropriate size for you. Now, before we dive into some examples of sizing and how they sit on some of the team here, I want to talk about the cut and the materials that we use for our Pro Change Evo. And the design team have spent a lot of time refining this process. So the fabric and the materials used and the way they're cut are designed to sit and fall in a flattering way. So not only do you have a garment that helps you change and really protects you out in the elements, but it looks good as well. On top of this, the internal diameters are really there to cater for you, tucking the arms in and moving, so you don't need to worry about your sizing. All of our sizing recommendations are based on height, and that's what we're going to look at in a little bit more detail now. So the first robe size we're going to look at is our adult small. Now I've got Charlotte here in our adult small, and the parameters for this are anywhere from 5 foot up to 5'3". Now Charlotte is right in the middle of this and she is 5'2", so you can see the robe just falls below her knee, so there's lots of great coverage there from the elements when she's out there. And if she gives us a turn around, you can see there's lots of coverage at the back as well and plenty of length in the sleeve. Now we've also got Charlie in an adult small here, and Charlie is actually 5'4", so she's just outside the guided parameters for the small, but you can see that actually it sits really nicely on her. And if Charlie was looking for a robe to perhaps walk the dog or take the kids to school that can be nice and fitted and looks really fitted, then the small is a great option for her. So Charlie's actually going to go and hop into a medium now, so we can get an idea of the comparison if you're on the end of the parameters that we're recommending. So adult small, 5 foot up to 5'3", and we've then got the medium. So the parameters for this are from 5'4" right up to 5'10". So as I said, Charlie is at the bottom end of this, and in the medium you can see that there is plenty of coverage there, and this is really what the robes are about. They're out there being protected from the elements so you can stay warm when out and about. Lots of length in the sleeve so you can be nice and warm and snuggly on those colder days. So we've also got Catherine here in a medium. Now Catherine is 5'7", so again this is a really great fit. Just sits below the knee, where it's exactly where we want it to be. So you're going to be nice and covered up when you're out in the wind, and again lots of length in the sleeve to keep her extra warm. Finally, we've got Gavin. So Gavin is 5'10", so he's at the top end of this parameter, and you can see that it's just coming up a little bit more closer to his knee. He hasn't quite got as much room in the sleeve, but there's plenty of room there, and it's a little bit more fitted for him. So if Gavin wanted to, and he really wanted that extra coverage, he could size up into a large, and Gavin's just going to go and swap out now and put the large on, so you can really get that comparison of the difference. So the large is for anyone that is between 5'11" up to 6'3". So Gavin actually sits in the medium category, but he's decided to size up to a large, so he's got that extra coverage both in the back and the front of the robe, as well as the sleeves, which is really going to keep him well protected. And over in the UK in the winter, that's really needed. So it's a great choice for Gavin if he's going to be outdoors. Also in the large, at 6'1", we've got Luke here, and this sits a little bit higher up on Luke, but you can still see he's got the coverage that he needs to be well covered up when he's out there in the elements. Lots of room at the back, and again, sleeves come right down over the wrist, which is nice and important for keeping warm. So these are both larges. On top of this, we have an extra large. So we recommend from 6'4" up to 6'8", going for the extra large option. But as I said, these parameters have been put in place by our design team based on your height, and these give you the information that you need to choose the right robe for you. And as we've looked at throughout today, if you are on the cusp of that, it's worth considering how you're going to be using the robe and either sizing up or down accordingly if you want that extra room or you want it to be a little bit more fitted. And lastly, all of our changing robes, right the way from adult small up to extra large, fit into this stash bag. Now this is a great way of transporting your changing robe and be compressed down with straps and an air dump valve, and it's got a handy carry strap on it, so it's really brilliant for getting outside. So I hope you found that helpful and got some insight into how you can choose the right robe for you. Happy adventuring.